Jack Butcher's checks project made people millionaires by selling $8 check marks. Everyone knows the blue check marks introduced by Twitter, right? Those ones. Jack Butcher looked himself in the mirror and asked himself, are checks more desirable if they are harder to get? And then he went and made $1 million. A copycat came. Vincent Van Dough did his copycat project. Stay tuned for the reveal. You may recognize it in a little bit. Looks something like this. He went off and did this mint, and he made $1.6 million. What the fuck? All I can ask myself is, what the fuck am I doing wrong? Listen, so the meta of open editions has been really popular lately. We've seen the checks come out. We've seen the copycat checks come out. We've seen Mayo from CyberKongs do his open edition. There's been open editions everywhere. People have been making money. That's fun. Good meta. This one was one of the big ones that was an $8, $8 US. And now it's at 2 ETH. Like, holy fading general wealth here. Generational wealth. Can't even speak, but quite something else. So you may see a bunch of different ones around that look like this. This is what they look like. But why are people going crazy over this as well? There's a little bit of a game to it, right? And the game is making a lot of people a lot of money. I got a person up here that I'll show in a minute, and he did 100x on his. I mean, $8 to $800 is still, that's a lot of dough still, right? Imagine you bought 69 of them. Maybe someone did. So he's been working on this for a while. This is January 7th. You can see here. He's going through, kind of seeing everything. I'll post this thread in there, but basically what it is this began life as a single piece of artwork caption. This artwork may not be notable. Jack Butcher made a project back in March 2021. He said NFTs explains, contains Genesis idea, NFT, JPEG, bunch of stuff like this, like a bunch of nothing. Massively controversial. This is what he made as well. So he did a bunch. He's been around, right? He's been around. There's a mechanic in his game here that you can get a black check mark at the very end. So the black check mark is rumored around about 1,000 ETH or something like that. It's something absolutely ridiculous. Red flag. It's not going to get there. If it does, crazy. So what you do is you take a couple checks and then you combine them, you burn them, and you get a more rare check. This isn't new. You can see he even links here, Damien Hirst's. The currency worked like this as well. There was 10,000 of these available, and now there is 1,800 left. I know this kind of mechanic very well. I got burned on this rug. I don't know if it was a rug. I kind of was. I don't know. This is the Kevin that came out. You know, you buy a couple, you match them, you burn them, and you get a rare run. It's a bunch of game theory. You can see the game theory behind this is fascinating to me. A race to the 101 check with a big black background is also very powerful. It's a status symbol, this and that. That's what this guy's saying here. And it's not static. So the images can change. They're not just check marks, which is quite funny because, as you can see on here, there was a knockoff project from Vincent Van Dough called Pepe Checks, and then you can see that he can change the metadata. It made the prices pump. Look at this thing. Checks are at the top of the leaderboard for one-day volume right now. They're above other deeds. They're ridiculous. They're at just under 2 ETH now. Listen, the website's pretty sick. You get there, you can see the checks. There's 80. You can see down here on the left-hand side. You scroll down, it goes to 80. Then you can burn them, it gets to 40. Then there's only 20, 10, 5, and you keep going until you get the one black check mark. All right, that's all super cool and stuff, but what about the people making money on this? Let's watch. Let's take a look at this. This guy, I sold my checks for 100x and still somehow paper-handed it. Only 100x, feel bad for you. Man, that's crazy. Like, what's going on there? A bunch of people doing a bunch of crazy dares. If checks hits 2 ETH, I'll eat my own shit. I don't know if he's going to do it. It hit 2 ETH. Sup, shit eater. 2 ETH, 1 cup. Wow. Damn. Okay. NFT statistics is always on point with this shit. On GV checks, Jack Butcher made $500,000. It's way more than that right now. $128,000 on mint. Man, that's a lot of money. And then Vincent Van Dough's derivative checks made $1.6 million. Yeah, Vincent Van Dough came out with this guy. This is the checks, but with just with a Pepe. That's what the reveal was. And then Jack Butcher's like, nah, fuck you guys. I am gonna change a bunch of metadata to Pepe's. Because he can change the metadata. He's got to, because it's turning into a bunch of burn mechanisms. Listen, at the end of the day, this is You're always going to miss one, right? So this is the open edition that went balls to the wall. Yeah, you're missing out on generational wealth. For me, I'm sitting here focused on my learning how to program and stuff like that. So I'm not keeping tabs on new stuff that comes out because I've been burned so much too. But there's always some sort of meta that is doing very well. And right now it's this open edition. This is going to go up. This has some legs that can keep it going. We'll see. We'll see where this takes it. But at the end of the day, if you minted this, man, good for you. Don't forget to secure your profits because this shit could fall out at any minute and it's over. So, GG. Hope you guys have a great day and take care.